दुवै
गुराँस पनि फुल्छ यहाँ
एउटै हो सबको रहर बनाऊ यो हाम्रो सहर
एउटै हो सबको रहर बनाऊ यो हाम्रो सहर हाम्रो
नमस्ते। टेलिभिजन सेट अगाडि बसिरहनुभएका सम्पूर्ण विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई हार्दिक स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु म विज्ञान शिक्षक कृष्ण तामाङको तर्फबाट। त विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू, आज पनि हामी मकालु टेलिभिजनको यस दूर शिक्षा कार्यक्रम अन्तर्गत कक्षा 6 को विज्ञान विषयको मेजरमेन्ट अर्थात् नाप लेसनलाई अगाडि बढाउन गइरहेका छौं। डियर स्टुडेन्ट्स, you know we were discussing about the measurement topic in our previous class. So I'd like to continue the same topic today. Today we are going to discuss about the measurement of another fundamental quantity which is called mass. So dear student, now I'd like to take you to the topic, and the topic is measurement of mass. Dear student, as I have already told you in my previous classes that mostly we measure the three fundamental quantities. They are length, mass and time. Though we have altogether 7 fundamental quantity to be measured, but in class 6 science we discuss about the measurement of length, mass and time. And dear students, today we are going to read about measurement of mass. प्यारा विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू, आज हामी पिण्डको मापन कसरी गरिन्छ भन्ने सन्दर्भमा कुरा गर्न गइरहेका छौं। पछिल्ला कक्षाहरूमा हामीले लम्बाइलाई कसरी मापन गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने विषयमा छलफल गरेको थियौं। भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई अब म भाइ बहिनीहरूको ध्यानलाई यस शीर्षकतर्फ केन्द्रित गर्न चाहन्छु। डियर स्टुडेन्ट्स, बिफोर वी रिड अबाउट द मेजरमेन्ट अफ मास, we need to be clear about what is mass. मास केलाई भनिन्छ भन्ने विषयमा सर्वप्रथम हामीले स्पष्ट हुन आवश्यक छ। What is mass? सर्वप्रथम भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई म मास के हो भन्ने विषयमा विस्तृतमा बताउन गइरहेको छु। To make you clear about the definition of mass, I would like to give you an example. Suppose you have your school bag and you have kept 4 books and 4 copies in your school bag, and you have measured the mass of that bag. Suppose the mass of your bag including 4 books and 4 copies is suppose 2 kg. Dear student, suppose you have kept 4 books and 4 copies in a school bag and you have measured the mass of that bag, and suppose it is 2 kg. You found 2 kg mass. Again, after that you added further 4 more books and 4 more copies on that school bag. Suppose second time there are 8 books and 8 copies altogether, and suppose again you measure the mass of that object, of that school bag. Suppose it is 4 kg now. Why the mass is different? Because the total quantity of books and copies, simply we can say the total quantity of matter in 2 cases are different. Previously we had kept altogether 4 books and 4 copies. The quantity of matter were less. Second time we have added 4 more books and 4 more copies. This time we have kept more matters. The quantity of matter is more second time. So we can say the second time the measurement of mass is higher, it means 4 kg. So dear student, now I'd like to tell you the definition that the total quantity of matter contained in a body is called mass. कुनै पनि वस्तुमा भएको जम्मा पदार्थहरूको मात्रालाई चाहिँ हामी के भन्दछौं भन्दा त्यसलाई चाहिँ पिण्ड भनेर भन्दछौं भाइ बहिनीहरू। टोटल क्वान्टिटी अफ म्याटर कन्टेन्ड इन अ बडी इज कल्ड मास। पहिलो पटक मेटेरियलहरू टोटल क्वान्टिटी अफ म्याटर कम थियो र यसको पिण्ड चाहिँ 2 केजी हुन आयो। दोस्रो पटक भाइ बहिनीहरूले 8 वटा किताब र 8 वटा कपी राख्नु भएको थियो। दोस्रो पटक टोटल क्वान्टिटी अफ म्याटर बढी हुन आएकोले यसको पिण्ड पनि 4 केजी हुन आएको छ भाइ बहिनीहरू। यसरी हामी जम्मा पदार्थहरूको मात्रालाई पिण्ड भनेर भनिन्छ भनेर यसको परिभाषा लेख्न सक्दछौं। टोटल क्वान्टिटी अफ म्याटर कन्टेन्ड इन अ बडी इज कल्ड मास। नाउ डियर स्टुडेन्ट्स, देयर आर डिफरेंट युनिट्स टु मेजर द मास. They are like gram, milligram, kilogram, quintal, metric ton. There are so many units which are in use, but we all know that the SI unit of mass is kilogram. So dear student, there are some smaller units than kilogram which are called sub multiples of kilogram. Similarly, there are some larger units than kilogram which are called multiples of kilogram. Later on we will discuss about that, but before that, one thing I must tell you, we measure the mass of an object by using beam balance. भाइ बहिनीहरु सबैले भौतिक तराजु देख्नु भएको छ। साधारण पसलहरुमा साधारण चामल, मकै, चिनी लगायतका अन्य वस्तुहरूलाई मापन गर्नको लागि भौतिक तराजु प्रयोग गर्ने गरिन्छ। ती वस्तुहरूको पिण्ड मापनको लागि भौतिक तराजु प्रयोग गरेको भाइ बहिनीहरुले देख्नु भएकै छ। यसरी हामीले कुनै पनि वस्तुको पिण्ड नाप्नको लागि चाहिँ बीम ब्यालेन्स अर्थात भौतिक तराजुको प्रयोग गर्ने गरिन्छ। अब भाइ बहिनीहरुलाई म कुनै पनि वस्तुको पिण्ड नाप्नको लागि साना एकाइहरू के हुन् र ठूला एकाइहरू के हुन् अर्थात सब मल्टिपल्स अफ किलोग्रामहरू के छन् र यसैगरी मल्टिपल्स अफ किलोग्रामहरू के छन् भन्नेतर्फ भाइ बहिनीहरुलाई लैजान चाहन्छु। सब मल्टिपल्स, sub multiples and multiples of kilogram. First of all, I want to make you clear on the topic sub multiples of kilogram, dear student. As I have already told you that there are some smaller units than kilogram which are used to measure the smaller masses of an object. For example, the mass of the small amount of gold which is not measured in kg, which are the smaller masses, and for that we use either centigram, milligram, decigram, etc. dear student. So the smaller, or we can also say that the fractions of kilogram which are used to measure the small masses. Try to understand, dear student, the fraction of kilogram which are used to measure the smaller masses are called sub multiples of kilogram. Suppose we want to measure the mass of this marker. Suppose it may be 50 gram or less than that. So these are the it is measured in sub multiple of kilogram. Similarly, the larger unit than meter, the larger unit than meter the larger unit than kilogram, which are used to measure larger masses. Try to understand, dear student, the larger unit than kilogram which are used to measure large amount of masses are called multiples of kilogram. Once again, 1 kg भन्दा बढी मात्राको पिण्ड नाप्न प्रयोग गरिने जसलाई गरिन्छ त्यसलाई चाहिँ हामी multiples of kilogram भनेर भन्दछौं भाइ बहिनीहरु. So once again I would like to make it clear, the fractions of kilogram which are used to measure smaller masses are called sub multiples of kilogram. Similarly, the larger unit than kilogram which are used to measure the larger masses are called multiples of kilogram. So smaller masses sub multiples, larger masses multiples. Now what is the mathematical relation? Please have a look here. You can see here, please. Suppose 10 milligram. I want to show you the relation of different sub multiples and multiples of kilogram. 10 milligram is equal to 1 centigram. Similarly, you can see here, please, 10 centigram is equal to 1 decigram. Short form is DG. Similarly, 10 decigram is equal to 1 gram, dear student. Similarly, 10 gram is equal to 1 decagram. Similarly, 10 decagram, DAG is the short form of decagram, is equal to 1 hectogram. Similarly, 10 hectogram is equal to 1 kilogram. Similarly, 100 kilogram is equal to 1 quintal. And finally, we know 10 quintal equal to 1 metric ton. So you can see this mathematical relation of submultiples and multiples of kilogram. Dear student, 10 milligram is equal to 1 centigram. You can see here 10 centigram is equal to 1 decigram, 10 decigram is equal to 1 gram, 10 gram equal to 1 decagram. Similarly, 10 decagram is equal to 1 hectogram, 10 hectogram is equal to 1 kg, 1 kilogram, 100 kilogram is equal to 1 quintal, and 10 quintal, it means 1000 kg equal to 1 metric ton. And you all know, dear student, the mass of elephant, the mass of body of elephant is measured in ton. It may be 2 ton, 3 ton, 4 ton, like that. So dear student, this is the mathematical relation between different submultiples and multiples of kilogram. So these are the units, and for your information, dear student, milligram, centigram, gram, and up to the okay you can see here up to hectogram. Yes, up to hectogram, these are the submultiples, and just after kilogram you can see here quintal, metric ton, these are the multiples of kilogram. So in this way we can use this mathematical relation to solve different numerical problems related to the measurement of mass, dear student. Okay, now further I would like to take it to the next topic, dear student. Now I would like to take it to the next topic, and that is measurement of time. Measurement of time, dear student. Now before we read about the measurement of time, how to measure, what are the units, what is device, I would like to make you clear what is time. What is time? We all know there are different events around us. For example, you just go to your school at 10 a.m. Your school starts at 10 a.m. That is an event. And school ends at 4 p.m. That is another event. Starting of school, one event. Ending of school, that is another event. The interval between these two consecutive events is called time. What is the time you spent on a school? Simply 6 hours, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. What is that time? So the interval between any two consecutive event is called time, dear student. कुनै पनि क्रमबद्ध दुईवटा घटनाहरू बीचको अवधिलाई हामी समय भनेर भन्दछौँ भाइ बहिनीहरू। फेरि एकचोटि भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई म स्मरण गराउन चाहन्छु, कुनै दुईवटा क्रमबद्ध घटनाहरू बीचको अवधिलाई हामी समय भनेर भन्दछौँ। फर एक्जाम्पल, your birth, suppose your birth is an event and today is another event. Your birth is one event and today is another event. The interval between your birth and today, that is the time. Simply we say age, your age. If I ask you what is your age, how old are you, then you reply, suppose sir I am 11 years 12 months, 11 years 2 months 15 days, 11 years 2 months 15 days up to the date today. That is what the interval between two events, your birth and today. That's why, dear student, the interval between any two consecutive event is called time. or दुईवटा क्रमबद्ध घटनाहरू बीचको अवधिलाई हामी के भनेर भन्दछौँ त, समय भनेर भन्दछौँ भाइ बहिनीहरू। र समय नाप्नको लागि हामी विभिन्न किसिमका यन्त्र उपकरणहरू प्रयोग गर्दछौँ। सिम्पली हामी सबैलाई थाहा छ, पेन्डुलम वाच, क्वार्ट्ज घडीहरू, यसैगरी हामी डिजिटल घडीहरू हिजोआज चाहिँ समय नाप्नको लागि प्रयोग गर्दछौँ। र all of you know, in our previous Nepal, previous world, different systems, local systems were in use to measure the time. For example, sunrise, sunset, similarly the position of sun, similarly the length of shadow. These were the local systems to see the time, to measure the time. But nowadays I have already said you, pendulum watch, क्वार्ट्ज घडीहरू, यसैगरी हामीसँग भएका डिजिटल घडीहरू, स्टप वाचहरूले चाहिँ हिजोआज हामी समयको मापन गर्दछौँ भाइ बहिनीहरू। यसरी समयलाई विभिन्न घडीहरूको प्रयोग गरेर चाहिँ हामी नाप्न सक्दछौँ। सो नाउ आई वुड लाइक टु टेक यु टु द डिफरेंट units, सब मल्टिपल्स submultiples and multiples of gram. You all know, dear student, the SI unit of time is gram, and as previous topic, it has also some smaller units and some larger units than gram. Okay, for example, milligram. Similarly, milligram is the smaller unit. Sorry, millisecond. Sorry. Okay. So multiples of second. Similarly, multiples of second. There are the SI unit of time is second, you know, and there are some smaller unit than second, which are called sub multiples of second. Similarly, there are some large units than seconds. They are multiples of second, dear student. So once again, I would like to repeat, the SI unit of time is second, dear student. And I have already told you that there are some smaller unit than second, which are called sub multiples of second. There are some larger units than second. They are called multiples of second. So what are they? Now please look at here. I would like to show you 1000 millisecond. 1000 millisecond is equal to 1 second. You all know 1000 millisecond is equal to 1 second. Similarly, you know 60 second. 60 second is equal to 1 minute. Different units there are to measure the time. Similarly, 60 minute. 60 minute is equal to 1 hour. Similarly, 24 hour. 24 hour equal to 1 day. We also say 1 solar day. Similarly, 7 days is equal to 1 week. Similarly, 365 days is equal to 1 year. So there are some units I have written here, please. You can see 1000 millisecond is equal to 1 second, 60 second is equal to 1 minute, 60 minute is equal to 1 hour, 24 hour 1 day, 7 days equal to 1 week, and similarly 365 days equal to 1 year, dear student. So in this way we have different units to measure the time. Once again, I would like to repeat, dear student, the SI unit of time is second. There are some fractions of second. I have written millisecond as a fraction of second here. There are also microsecond. Microseconds, 1000 microsecond forms 1 millisecond, and 1000 millisecond forms 1 second. So they are the sub multiples of second, which are used to measure very small time interval, small time interval. So that they are called milliseconds, microsecond, etc., which are smaller than second. They are called the sub multiples of second. Similarly, you can see here, please, 1 minute, similarly hour, similarly day, week, year, month, etc. They are the larger units than second, which are used to measure the larger time interval or time period. Yes, these are called multiples of second. So in this way we can use different units to measure the time, and I have already said the device to measure the time is different watches, digital watch, pendulum watch, similarly quartz watch. There are so many, stopwatch. So scientists they have invented different type of watch nowadays to see the time, and I have already said that in previous past Nepal, there were different local systems in use. For example, I have already said they used to see the sunset, sunrise, similarly the position of the sun or the length of the shadow. So nowadays we can measure the time by using these multiples and sub multiples of second, the different units, and then by using different watch and clocks. So for now, dear student, I would like to take you to the next topic within this measurement of time. Now, what is one solar day? Everybody have a look here. What is one solar day? We all know the earth completes its rotation on its axis in approximately 24 hours. This is called one solar day. The time period is called one solar day. Now I would like to go to the appropriate definition of one solar day. The total time taken by the earth. The total time taken by the earth to rotate once on its axis is called 1 solar day. The total time period, the total time taken by the earth to rotate once on its axis is called 1 solar day. It takes around approximately 24 hours to complete one rotation on its axis. Understood? Earth revolves around the sun. That is called revolution. But earth rotates on its axis. आफै यसरी चाहिँ वरिपरि यसरी घुम्नलाई चाहिँ हामी के भन्छौँ भन्दाखेरि रोटेसन भनेर भन्दछौँ भाइ बहिनीहरू. Yes, that completes one rotation on its axis in 24 hours, approximately 24 hours, which is called simply 1 solar day. Once again, I would like to repeat the definition, dear students. The total time taken by the earth to rotate once on its axis is called 1 solar day, which is approximately 24 hours. पृथ्वीले आफ्नो अक्षमा परिक्रमा गर्न लाउने जम्मा अवधिलाई हामी एक दिन भनेर भन्दछौँ भाइ बहिनीहरू. Similarly, I would like to make you clear on the topic 1 second time. 1 second केलाई भनिन्छ त भाइ बहिनीहरू? भाइ बहिनीलाई 1 second केलाई भनिन्छ भन्नुभन्दा पहिला म एउटा म्याथमेटिकल रिलेसन देखाउन चाहन्छु भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई. सपोज 1 day is equal to 24 hours, you know. एक दिनमा 24 घण्टा हुन्छ भाइ बहिनीहरू. त्यसैगरी अब यो आवर्सलाई हामी मिनटमा कन्भर्ट गरौँ. 24 into 60, this is now minute, because we know 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Similarly, 24 into 60, if we further multiply by 60, now it changes into seconds, is equal to, if we multiply them all, it becomes 86,400 seconds. You can see here please. यसरी भाइ बहिनीहरू एक दिनलाई हामीले सेकेन्डमा कन्भर्ट गर्दाखेरि 86,400 86,400 सेकेन्ड हुन आउँदछ भाइ बहिनीहरू. अब म यसबाट भाइ बहिनीलाई एक सेकेन्ड समय केलाई भनिन्छ, 1 सेकेन्ड टाइम केलाई भनिन्छ भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ म भाइ बहिनीलाई भन्न चाहन्छु. अब यसलाई म यसरी लेख्न चाहन्छु भाइ बहिनीहरू. 86,400 सेकेन्ड इज इक्वल टु 1 day. We can write like this. 86,400 seconds is equal to 1 day. Now I would like to convert this, or 1 second is equal to, by the rule of unitary method, 1 second equal to 1 by 86,400 part of a day, solar day. 1 second is equal to 1 by 86,400 part of a solar day. So simply we can define 1 second time is defined as the total time which is equal to 1 by 86,400 part of a solar day. Or we can also simply define 1 second time is defined as 1 by 86,400 part of a solar day. In this way we can define 1 second time, dear students. So finally I would like to take you to the homework, dear student. अब अन्तमा भाइ बहिनीलाई म केही गृह कार्य दिन चाहन्छु. होमवर्क को रूपमा भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई म डिफाइन mass, similarly length, similarly time, यसै गरी भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई show the numerical relationship between submultiples and multiples of, show the numerical relationship between submultiples and multiples of gram. भाइ बहिनीलाई यो दुईवटा क्वेशनहरु चाहिँ म होमवर्क रूपमा दिँदै अब मेरो आजको कक्षालाई म यही अन्त्य गर्नेतर्फ लाग्न चाहन्छु र यति भन्दै आजको कक्षा यति नै. अर्को कक्षामा पुनः हाम्रो भेट हुने नै छ. तबसम्मका लागि बिदा दिनुहोस्. नमस्ते.